Hello everyone, it's JohnnyFerno talking. Welcome back to the last reaction of the Villain Songs Month special by JoshScorcher. Now, here at the finale, we're going to watch what is maybe going to be the most difficult, at least in my experience, of all of these lists, the Villain Songs lists to make. Villain songs from video games. Now, in my experience, as far from what I have seen, it's very hard to take a song and put it organically into a video game. As far as I have seen, like songs that are not just part of a background or a extra thing like you find in a note or something, like in a recording or something, but something that actually you encounter in a game, like as a boss battle, for instance. As far as I've seen, it's a bit hard to do it right. But some bosses some games have of course found other ways of doing it. I'm sure two songs. Oh yeah, I know one of them he's going to mention, which is GLaDOS, from Portal 1 and Portal 2. Either, oh my God, why am I forgetting the name? It's like one of the most classic video game songs of all time. Still Alive. Freaking, how the hell did I forget that? But either Still Alive or You'll Be Gone, which is like the two GLaDOS songs. He's probably gonna pick Still Alive, but maybe. The other one is a bit more obscure. Double Dragon Neon. Once again, a credit song, it may be amazing.
Never thought they could stop me. Thought I had the girl and she rocked my world. Tried to keep her away in my secret hiding place, outer space.
So yeah, I will be very surprised but very happy if he chose that. But yeah, I am really excited to see what he has chosen and what he has picked for this list. But hey, let's find out, shall we? In JoshScorcher's top 10 video game villain songs. In 3, 2, 1, go. As I just to tell you once again, who's bad?
For those of you who joined and subscribed after seeing the other 3 Villain Songs month and you've never seen me before, hi, I'm the Fiery Joker. I do countdowns about video games. Let's get back to form.
And for our big finale,
let's do
I
it.
think it's time we went back in time to this channel's roots with video games. Villain songs like the traditional kind are a surprisingly rare breed in this medium.
Yeah.
Most video game soundtracks tend to consist purely of instrumental music with some chanting here and there. Villain songs, let alone songs with vocals, are the exception and not the rule. Fortunately, we were still able to find at least 10 great pieces to list off.
Alright.
Before we begin, let me get the obvious out of the way. One Winged Angel is not on here. What? Yes, it's a great song about a villain. Yes, it does have lyrics. But they say absolutely nothing other than
I'm angry. Rawr!
And also is Sephiroth. Oh, the greatest in the land.
Mark Hamill singing as the Joker.
Okay.
That's it.
What?
That's the entry.
Wait,
okay, so there's
what?
actually more to it than that. For context, Batman and Robin have cornered a Jokerized lounge singer named Johnny Charisma. Charisma's got some explosives set up and plans to serenade the Dark Knight before going out with a bang. A Joker after my own heart. Batman has to humor him while Robin stealthily takes out the bombs. But come on, it's the Arkham series. There's always some sort of extra mile.
Uh-oh. Here come the hallucinations.
No one wants to hear any phony lounge lizard sing, so instead, one of Batman's Joker hallucinations steps in with his own singing twisted sound.
Oh dear.
And of course, being the demented clown that he is, Joker has too much fun putting on this little show, recounting the events of the first 2 Arkham games and taking a few cheap shots.
Barbara's dead and I'm laughing. Jason Todd's dead and I can't stop laughing.
Oh my God.
I'm dead and I can't stop laughing.
In this song, he's also relishing how close he is to taking over the Bat's mind. Really, it's the kind of song you'd expect from the Joker. All these tragedies, and yet, even in death, he can't stop laughing. And at the end, when the bombs are defused, you return to reality with a funny punchline. The only reason it's so low is that there really isn't much to say about it. What you see is what you get. It's a fun, swinging, kind of twisted number where Mark Hamill gets to show off his singing chops. Oh, that, and you also gotta be careful listening to the song while you're playing, cause if Robin happens to get caught...
Time to check out, boys.
Interestingly enough, during the end credits, Joker sings a somber reprise when he realizes he has no way out, and it's kind of more funny than sad, but it really cements this game as the final chapter in the Arkham series.
Nothing good can last forever. No one's laughing now.
Mark Hamill can sing. What in the...
I never play nice. I'm the devil's right-hand man.
Oh, I love this song.
Allow me to lay the scene.
I completely
You're
forgot.
Ubisoft, and you've been approached by Nintendo to
Yes,
do a
of course.
crossover
I
game with one of
also
your
forgot this
respective
song.
mascots.
Freaking hell.
Now, imagine you've been given a golden opportunity to make fun of the famous Italian plumber
In a weird
without
XCOM style game.
consequences. Do you play casually with just a few shitty jokes from time to time?
Oh, no. You take that opportunity and you turn it into a freaking opera!
Yes.
Done me 1,000 wrongs ever
Since Donkey Kong. Oh, God.
Teetering down every pie, despite his plum-shaped body die.
Heckin' chonker.
In Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle, the final boss in the Spooky Trails level is the Phantom of the Bwapara, an ungodly amalgamation of a rabbit, a boo balloon, and a phonograph. He carries the arrogance and stage presence of an opera star, and unlike other Rabbids, he's actually articulate. He decides to flaunt his newfound speech and song as he floats about, constantly roasting Mario and building himself up as a superstar. And the jokes he throws at
The
Mario
Green Scorpion
are
did a cover of
genuinely
this.
funny.
Each time I watch Mario Kart, you're first in doing so well. But here come the Spanish shell. It's a million nights ago, the only words you know. You saw not worth the hustle.
Here it is. Here it is.
Your princess is in another castle.
Not to mention, the Phantom himself has a surprisingly great singing voice. It almost sounds like he could have been a legitimate opera singer, and it's just bizarre hearing a rabbit sing in full sentences since all they ever say is... that. Yes, they say that.
Yeah.
Right in my ear, no less. The music itself has such amazing grandiosity, ranging from fast-paced and menacing to slow and bombastic in just 2 verses. There was another verse in the middle, but it was left out of the final product. I'm
Aw.
kind of sad they left it out because it really highlights the Phantom's arrogance, feeling like nothing can touch him. I don't know why, haughty villains are just so much fun.
Between you
They really are.
and me, there's a gap. Mario, you're such a boy, your blows just make me snore.
If I have to nitpick one thing about the Phantom song, the roasts are kinda mild. Don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
they still got a laugh out of me, but I kind of feel like they could have done a lot more to tear into Mario and knock Nintendo down a few pegs. If a company gives you the chance to roast them without consequences, you gotta milk it for all it's worth.
Yeah.
Well, beggars
Go
can't be
whole hog.
choosers. We still got a savage, bombastic musical number from a hilarious abomination of nature.
It's amazing, though.
And the pain. Time for the Phantom to start his reign. I can't let you pass, 'cause you ain't done everything.
And then there's the better version.
How did I keep forgetting these greats? Oh my god, I am ashamed.
How average could a situation like this be for anyone? You're fighting a giant sentient poo-poo who sings about burying you in cow feces. And yet, in Conker's Bad Fur Day, this is just another weekend.
Yep.
As crass as this setup is, the song that comes with it, Slaprano, is surprisingly good. It's hilarious enough that it's sung in an operatic way, but the flow is also really catchy, and even the singer's tone stays on point throughout.
Sweet corn is the only thing
That makes it through my ear. How do you think I'd keep this lovely grin?
The song gets even funnier when it reaches the final phase and Mighty Pooh increases his tempo, leading to one of the greatest exchanges in the whole game.
Yep.
When I've knocked you out with all my bab, I'm going to take your head
And ram it up my butt.
Your butt.
My butt.
Your butt.
That's right,
My
my
butt.
butt.
My butt. My
What else
butt.
can I say? It's the great Mighty Pooh. You gotta
I'm
give
sorry.
the game props for not just
I'm so
taking
sorry.
a flat joke about crap and just doing gross stuff for the sake of cheap toilet humor. Well, yes, it is
This is
cheap
literally
but
toilet
it's cheap
humor.
toilet humor with effort here, people. And the fact that there's enough of that to shove this strangely pleasant song in here gives this fight the long-lasting humor that made it fun to look back and listen to.
Bring me those contracts.
I love that-
Come on,
that they're going
bring
through the
them
whole,
to the king.
King Dice song.
Silent Hill, despite being a horror series, has some absolutely gorgeous music.
Right, that's
Akira Yamaoka
true.
and Mary Elizabeth McGlynn consistently
Bless her.
knocked it out of the park with each entry. And the theme song of Silent Hill 4, Room of Angel, is absolutely no exception. It perfectly nails that feeling of eerie, unsettling beauty. You have the stark contrast between the ambient composition and the morbid lyrics. Despite how beautifully and gently it's sung, you can just feel the pure, seething hatred in every single line.
I have to listen to more of these.
The song is primarily sung from the point of view of Walter Sullivan, the game's main villain. He was abandoned by his parents as a baby and grew up in a pretty messed up cult. As such, he has some choice words for his birth mother.
So sleep in your only memory of me, my dearest mother.
Room of Angel is incredibly unique in how subdued it is as a villain song. It's actually kind of relaxing in a messed up way.
Yeah.
Walter isn't some guy going out to cause evil for the sake of it. He's a calm serial killer convinced that what he's doing is justified. And while you obviously don't sympathize with him, the song and his backstory do explain how he got to that point. Unfortunately, Room of Angel loses some points in how it's used in the game proper.
Oh.
Namely, the fact that it plays in moments that don't directly involve Walter. You could have easily just had it play over a montage of his backstory or something. If the
That
game
sounds
had
good.
done that, it would be much higher on this list.
Would it be in poor taste for me to point out that this works really well as a breakup song?
I can see it. I can clearly see that. Like, listen to
Deathwatch
the lyrics.
is a
Yeah.
violent and destructive game show and the central focus of Madworld's game
I've been
and
meaning to
story.
play this.
The host of the show, the Black Baron, often becomes the butt monkey of every demonstration for the bloodbath challenges. He gets grinded, impaled, crushed, and ran over. But every single time, he comes back, unscathed. You gotta wonder, what is this guy's deal? Why does he keep coming back just to get beaten up over and over again? Well, as it turns out, he's the big bad champion of Deathwatch. Huh. So, like Jack, he used to fight his way through Deathwatch. And like the Baron, Jack too comes back after he dies thanks to his extra lives.
Huh.
Oh, dang. Black Baron was a protagonist.
For
Oh.
all the beating this guy took, he sure knows how to deal it back. No more was it made clear than through his signature battle theme, Look Pimpin'.
You see my swag, now you wanna come and give me all this drag. I think you better back because my hand is itching to give you a smack.
In case it's not obvious enough, this is a rap theme. The lyrics portray just how menacing the Baron gets when he gets serious, and it further shows how seriously he takes his pride as the top dog of the show. He doesn't really appreciate you taking his spotlight away from him, and
Oh
is
boy.
putting you down with the martial artist equivalent of a pimp slap.
I just kept hearing your name too much, and that's it. Now I just came to touch your backbone with a boot. I came to the truth. It don't take much, now ain't that the truth?
Okay, full
Oh,
disclosure,
God.
I'm not the biggest fan of rap, but there are some exceptions, and this is a big one. It's fast, energetic, the music composition is unique, and it captures the atmosphere of the fight perfectly. Heck, it even has a stylized use of auto-tune that doesn't sound irritating.
Look, pimpin', I ain't playing. In a minute, you're gonna be laying on the ground. I ain't messing around. My city, my rules, my money, my town.
Now, the Baron has another song that plays when he's aggravated enough called So Cold. Yeah, it's a good song, but I think it's a little too serious, and it takes away the feeling of a grandiose romp that Look Pimpin' offered. Still, any villain song that can get me to care about rap this much rightfully deserves a warm seat on this list.
No, I cannot let
That's
you
cool.
pass. Don't you
I really
mess
want to
with
play
me.
Madworld. It looks like a real fun
And
game.
Three Houses was fun. A multi-route tactics game with school simulator mechanics and a vibrant cast of characters? It's a solid experience from top to bottom. Now, I know some people will assume I'm talking about God-Shattering Star, which is a fantastic song and is equally good as Apex of the World. But I feel there's a song way more personal to the ongoing villain. I've spoiled this in a recent countdown, but the primary antagonist of Three Houses, the Flame Emperor, is Edelgard von Hresvelg, the Lord of the Black Eagle's House. Her story is pretty long, but TLDR, she was experimented on from an early age, had a deep hatred for nobility, the crest system, and the church because of it, and decided to wage war on the continent to create a merit-based system over the current one favoring nobles. So, yeah, she's seen some stuff. Despite her hatred, she's still sympathetic and deep in her mind has second thoughts of her goals. To see her true thoughts, we need to look at the title theme for the game, The Edge of Dawn.
Reach for my hand, I'll soar away into the dawn. Oh, I wish I could stay here and cherish hearts in peaceful days. I fear the edge of dawn, knowing time betrays.
Edelgard attended Garrick Mach Monastery to achieve her goal of destroying the church from the inside. She didn't have any personal attachment to the school, but when she met her classmates and eventually the new professor, she started to shed her shell a bit and feel free of the chains that held her. Despite that,
As joy surrounds, comfort abounds, and I can feel them breaking free. For just this moment lost in time, I am finally me. Yet still I hide behind this mask that I have become. My blackened heart, scorched by flames of force I can't run from.
she still hides behind the mask of the Flame Emperor. The impact of her childhood affects her current mindset, and she can't avoid what she must do. It's sad since she actually wants peace, but knows that in the current political climate, war is inevitable. She's still affected by the other lords, though, as seen through the lyrics mentioning the other routes.
They are as snow melting away, yet seeking your warmth.
This singer, by the way, really freaking cool, really freaking good.
Silver Snow. While technically the church route, these lyrics represent Byleth, the one person she didn't want to fight due to her respect and maybe even love for them.
The blue moonlight cuts across our sight as pure and clear as a ringing bell, reaching for us in the night.
Azure Moon, her stepbrother Dimitri, who wants to continue the status quo but lead it in a new direction.
As the wind calms my thoughts, I hold strong on this terrace. I feel at peace, carried away by the wind's song.
Verdant Wind. Claude's goals are the same as hers. He just doesn't want to kill everyone to achieve it. And the song reprises to show her own grief of wanting to be taken away from this nightmare. In a sense, Edge of Dawn is a plea from Edelgard to Byleth to take her away from this madness. Unfortunately, it's a silent plea that will never see the light of day because Edelgard would rather die than accept it. And I know there might be a bit of confusion on if this song is about Edelgard or not. Well, in other languages, the song's title translates to Lady of Restvelg, so yeah.
I
Also,
guess.
I'm really sorry for those that I accidentally spoiled Edelgard's true identity on. Though in my defense, Fire Emblem Heroes did it too. And for Zelgius.
It's fine. I don't think I was ever going to play that in the first place. So, but wow, what a tragic song. No more heroes? Once again, another game I've had on my radar. That whistling is haunting.
You know this song?
Tara's wrong?
Nope.
How tragic.
Why are you in the maid outfit? Or is that just
Then let
cosplay?
me teach you.
Oh, wait, is it a maid outfit?
Desperate
Just cosplay
Struggle has an
leader?
overall darker tone than the original. The whole thing that kicks off the plot is Travis wanting revenge for Jasper killing Bishop. However, that only happened because Travis killed Jasper's brothers and dad in the original, so who's really justified here? Throughout Travis's journey, we see him repeatedly justify the bloodshed he causes in the name of revenge. Then you get to Margaret, who calls him out on it. Philistine, while featuring the boasting typical of villain songs, is primarily based around pointing out Travis's hypocrisy.
Here we have the boasting.
That's what people call me. Why? 'Cause they all die. When I sing, I am their life.
Here we have the roasting. And here we have the calling out. Oh, Sting.
I don't know
It's
what
a
it
great
is.
setup for the revelation that Travis goes through later on. It's the kind of thing you take at face value at first, then everything fits together in hindsight. In fact, it kind of reminds me of Black Sheep from Scott Pilgrim. And even without the story significance, the song has its own beautiful moments, especially with all the death and Reaper motifs scattered throughout.
Oh, I've heard this someplace before. I think in another video.
For such dark lyrics, the song is an absolute bop. It's enjoyable on its own and even better with context. Now, if only the final boss could have been this subtle. Or good.
Why do a lot of Revenge's bad plots have a tendency to screw up so hard?
The devil has his
Maybe because of the whole thing that revenge leads to nothing.
Oh yeah.
How
we're
did I
getting into
forget
the thick of it when Metal
Revengeance?
Gear
Oh
Rising
my
songs start
God.
playing.
I am
Raiden has
so
been fighting through
stupid.
most of the winds of destruction, battling cyborgs with awesome rock songs. But when he gets to
Of
Pakistan,
course.
he finds himself face to face with the leader of the winds of destruction, his worst enemy.
Stranger in a
humanity's
Stranger
worst
Land
enemy.
is incredible, by the way.
Well, yes, that is debatably humanity's worst enemy, but I'm talking about Senator Armstrong. The
Nanomachine,
first battle against
son.
Armstrong is when he's in his Metal Gear. The song that plays during it is called Collective Consciousness, and it's what both Raiden and the player assume is Armstrong's true motives. We believe that Armstrong wants everyone to think and act the same way under the American spirit, or in other words, the Murica collective consciousness. But no, Armstrong actually hates this mindset just as much as Raiden. What he actually wants is something slightly more noble. Slightly. He wants
Slightly.
to create war, but his goal is to end it completely. But as you guys know, things aren't always simple.
Are you telling us that you were going to cause a major environmental disaster in order to get the cash to protest against major environmental disasters?
Yes, you must be willing to kill the environment to save it.
Raiden
No.
and Armstrong square off, and the true villain song plays, because despite how these two are, it has to be this way.
God, these songs are
Now,
so
here's an
good.
interesting question. Is this song sung by the hero or the villain? Kinda hard to tell. When you think about it, Raiden and Armstrong aren't so different in their mindsets. They both knew that violence would lead to more violence, but despite that, they still continue down their paths because they know it will still be the fastest way to peace, despite the people they have to step on to get there. That's pretty much the whole point of the song. Two people who started on different paths but came to the same conclusion. And no matter the damage that's done, they believe that time will heal all wounds.
Oh boy. Also, all these singers, god damn, they're just going hard. Listen to them. God damn it.
The song loops from there, but it completely adds to the atmosphere of the fight. By the end of it, Raiden and Armstrong came to an understanding of sorts. Armstrong seems, at worst, annoyed that he lost, instead taking peace, knowing he left a worthy successor with Raiden. Honestly, some of the best villain songs are ones where both the hero and villain are fighting each other while singing about the situation. And the great part of video games is you get to beat the crap out of the other guy while the song is playing.
Don't have time to mess around.
Wow, there were really many mini bosses.
We are the hero of our own story. The idea behind this statement is that no one sees themselves as evil, that we each believe what we do because it is the right thing to do. There are a few examples of this idea more pertinent than Maruki. Takedo Maruki is a Persona 5 Royal exclusive character
Not played
and
that yet.
confidant. At first, he seems to be just another school counselor, if a bit eccentric.
Okay, I'll be
fine with this. He gets called in after the school worries that the incident with Kamoshida might have left some lingering mental trauma. As you learn more about him, you learn he's interested in cognitive science, which is the scientific study of the human mind, the same field of research that Futaba's mother was researching before her untimely death. Over the course of the game, it comes to light that Maruki has a persona capable of warping other people's cognition. He himself isn't even aware of this fact until almost the very end. With it, he's created cognitive dissonance in several people, but always with the goal of helping them overcome some trauma or depression. When he fully learns of this power, he decides the only moral thing to do is to amplify his power to remove trauma, pain, and depression from the human psyche entirely. Throw away your mask plays as the player and the rest of the Phantom Thieves confront Maruki. And this is not your typical villain song. Maruki isn't gloating about his inevitable victory or mocking the protagonists or even calling out the hero's hypocrisy. Maruki is begging you not to fight him.
Don't sleep through dreams that can't come true. No more tears shall drop from your cheeks anymore. You want me to strive for greatness. Believe in me that you don't need to suffer from anything.
Maruki is promising a better world, a world free from strife and suffering. Isn't world peace something we're all supposed to want and try to achieve? Why would you stand in the way of such a beautiful future?
You can throw your mask away. No more pretending. You've been tied down for the longest of the time.
Also, if I remember correctly earlier, it said Azathoth.
You deserve
As in the Azathoth of Lovecraftian
you should forever
mythology, and that
Lead to the Phantom Thieves to throw away the masks of their personas, as well as the masks they hide behind in day-to-day life. You fought your battles, you've done well, but now you can rest. Now I can make everything better. Please, accept this gift.
need to make a wrong turn. Just requires guidance from above. We don't need to have this conflict. I can take you to the place of delight. Give peace of mind to the whole world.
You will be taken care of. There will be no more pettiness, no more anger, just peace and happiness for everyone for eternity. I will become the new god of this world. Leave everything to me. I will work hard, so you don't have to anymore. Of course, the Phantom Thieves refuse. No matter how beautiful, a gilded cage is still a cage.
Yeah.
Hardship is what allows people to grow and become better. Yes, it is inevitable that some will break and fall in the face of that hardship, but to try and remove hardship altogether is tyrannical and a folly. Even outside of human nature, the world itself is unforgiving with harsh climates and natural disasters. I've heard it asked before, why does God allow evil? Because we were given free will. If God were to control our every action to prevent evil, we would be nothing more than puppets and playthings, and there would be no point to mortality or morality. In my eyes, this song is about a man with the best of intentions, allowing his compassion to grow into arrogance, as he thinks he alone can decide what is best for all of humanity. It's a bit of a cliched line, but it still applies here. The road to hell is paved with good intentions.
Okay, before we move on, I just want to quickly talk about the fact that Maruki's persona seems to be Azathoth, which is kind of incredibly fitting in a weird twisted way because, okay, for everyone who's not a Lovecraftian nerd, Azathoth is pretty much in the world of Lovecraft. There's like Order of Gods and Old Ones and all that stuff. Azathoth is one of the biggest ones. In fact, he is said to be the kind of creator of all things. In Lovecraftian mythology, Azathoth is asleep. He is dreaming. We are all his dream. If he ever woke up, everything would disappear. But he is the gate. He is the key. He is ultimate forbidden knowledge. And now hearing about Maruki, what he's going through, I think it's very fitting that they gave him freaking Azathoth, the sleeping god, as his persona. The one who, if they woke up, everything would change and die. Or not even die, just disappear. So, yeah, I just really quickly wanted to do that because I love how accurate Persona games can be with the choice of the personas. So, okay, let's go.
Bring me those contracts pronto! Don't you mess with me!
Dr. Finkelstein's song, Oogie's Revenge.
Oh.
The only song in the game's soundtrack that's not a remix of the original movies. Honestly, more epic and menacing than Oogie's song.
Really?
Leap Witches / Raphael edges out One Weekend Angel in that its lyrics, while short, have significantly more relevance.
Oh.
Plus, that riff is to die for.
Ah, okay.
La Canción de los Mariachis, Sam and Max Beyond Time and Space.
Please
Honestly, the
mention Double
Mariachis aren't
Dragon
really
Beyond.
evil, but
I love you,
they
you
caused
do.
a lot of damage in Season 2, so that'll cost them some brownie points. More so for causing Bosco's heart attack. Golden Nocturne, Umineko. An intense, beautiful piece. Unfortunately, it's still an instrumental piece and really isn't being used properly. Die House, Cuphead. A short and sweet swing number in a game that raises your stress level.
Don't mess with King Dice!
Mess with King Dice, don't mess with me. Don't mess with King Dice. Okay.
Portal's GLaDOS is one of the funniest villains in gaming. She's conniving, psychotic, a huge troll, and full of hilariously meticulous quips. She's one of those villains we love to hate.
Yep.
Yet losing her
just-
feels like we got rid of
Just
such
a
a fun
great
part
villain.
of the experience.
There's a reason why she's so
But
iconic.
no worries. After the brutal scorching we gave her, we find out she's still alive. Yes, that's what I'm going with.
Portal ends
I
with
saw
a
what you
final
did.
message from GLaDOS herself. Oh, but she doesn't just read
I
you
want to
her
cover
message.
this.
She
I've said that so
sings
many
it.
times in these videos.
This was a triumph.
I'm making a note here. Huge success.
Written by Jonathan Coulton, the genius behind SpongeBob's Sweet Victory, you couldn't ask for a better
I
lyricist
love
to do
Coulton
a farewell message.
so
let
much.
alone for an antagonist of GLaDOS's caliber. GLaDOS tells you through song that no matter what you did to her, she doesn't take it personally. As a supercomputer, she's very confident she'll return and continue her program, where
Which
humans
she
would
did.
live long enough to see it to the end. While this would make sense for any other AI-type villain, given the sorts of things GLaDOS said and did to you, are we really supposed to believe she's not spiteful over us to some degree?
I'm not even angry.
I'm being so sincere right now. Even though you broke my heart and killed me.
It's not like I want you dead or anything.
No offense taken, right?
Like the rest of
No
the game,
offense,
the song
none taken.
is so charming yet disturbing.
I love all the
way
PS
its
and
song
PPS
is
as well.
cutesy, but the lyrics are dark, and GLaDOS herself conducts some strange logic, addressing how her mess of an operation is supposed to be a success.
Yeah.
We do what we must
Because we can. For the good of all of us, except the ones who are dead.
GLaDOS's
Technically,
stubborn
it's not
humor
wrong.
shines right up until the end of the song, and even fourth wall breaks, including a couple of pot shots at Half-Life.
when we're out of
Later we're releasing on time.
We're here making jabs about episode 3 and the plate's not even clean yet.
Hey.
When you look at it in hindsight, the song could either be funnier or sadder now with Portal 2's ending song in mind. GLaDOS still hasn't let down on her passive aggressiveness, but she's not as good as hiding her thoughts then. Even after all the destructive things we've done to each other, she's still weirdly cherished every moment. She can repress it as
In a
much as
weird
she
way.
wants, but there's only so much text she can keep us from reading. Still Alive is funny, clever, and unique. The perfect formula that makes Portal as timeless as it is. It's one of the most iconic villain songs to date, and it's absolutely earned that status. Portal may be over, but our memories with the cunning little machine will continue to stay alive.
And fun fact, both of these songs are excellent breakup songs.
I'm the Fiery Joker, and I wanted to thank you all for joining me and humoring me for this little deviation from the normal content that I did.
I loved it.
Going to be taking a little bit of a break, a month, but
Makes
afterwards,
sense.
we will be getting back to your regularly scheduled dose of...
Yep, nothing seems out of the ordinary here.
Hey everyone, this is Josh. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, leave a comment, and share the video around. Please check out my other social media like my Twitter, Twitch, and Tumblr. Check out my other channels such as Joshua Burner for reactions and other stuff, Dragon Fighter Gaming for tabletop, and Bob Equestria for cartoons. Consider checking below the video and donating to my Patreon, Streamlabs for my merchandise, or becoming a YouTube member. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, please go to the original video and support, because he deserves it. He deserves every view, every comment, everything. He is just that cool. He's just that good. Good. He's good. He's good. He's good. He's all good. Alrighty. Alright, so there were plenty more. I can't believe I forgot so many of them. Freaking hell, I forgot so many of those songs. How did I forget Revengeance? God damn it. I love the game partially because of the soundtrack. Dearest me. It's not a bit weird. Was it a bit weird? I think it was a bit weird. Anyway. This was so much freaking fun. I am a big lover of music, of musicals, of musical performances, songs, all that stuff. So I just love listening to song lists. Or music lists, just because I love music so much. Music is a unique medium in which we can connect and just make all these like ideas, give all these messages, talk about certain topics. Music is amazing. I want to be a musician someday, but I can't play anything. I can sing, so that's something. But anyway, this was really cool. Link in the description below for the original video. But before I go, I just want to give a massive shout out and a thank you to the people who are still over at my Patreon and still supporting me to this day. Those people are Coffeean, Loquacious, Explosive Water, JRock1989, Matthew Donovan, Anime Gaio 1, Bookworm, and Danish Faye. Thank you all so incredibly much for your continued support. I seriously cannot thank you guys enough. And for everyone else, thank you as always for watching. Please remember to be nice to each other, to love each other, but also remember to treat yourselves once in a while because you freaking deserve it. But until next time, my dear friends, my name is JohnnyFerno, and I'll see you guys next time.